budget friends, it's Steph with Stefsonabudget. Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to do a quick budget with me for my paycheck of July 11th. If you're new to my channel, my husband and I both work full-time in healthcare, and we're both paid hourly and on a bi-weekly basis. We both get paid on the same Friday, so we are going to budget out both mine and my husband's income. We do combine incomes, budget, all the things, so everything just goes in one pot and we take care of all the things that we need to take care of. So I do use the Budget Mom highlighter method. If you're curious what that's all about and you're new to that, I do have a video where I set up the July calendar showing you how the highlighter method works. But we are ready to go. Like I said, we're going to budget July 11th. So we're looking to pay everything that is highlighted in the red color, with the exception of this account here. I highlighted on accident. It's paid off. There's no payment there, but everything else we're going to go ahead and take care of. So this is my monthly spread. And then if we kind of flip through, I use the Budget Mom's printable workbook. And so I have a July paycheck budget tracker. This is what we're going to use to go ahead and set up the budget. So let's go ahead and take care of that. What I'm going to do is go ahead and pull this out, and let me move the budget binder to the side, or actually might be helpful to have you kind of see what I'm working off. The only problem is I'll have to kind of switch like back and forth. Maybe, just bear with me here guys, doing something different. Maybe if I set it like that and we put our paycheck, hopefully that's not distracting, but you can still kind of see what I'm working off. All right guys, I just wanted to grab some paper. I'm terrible at writing at one sheet. I'm just too heavy-handed. All right, and then I am going to tilt you just a bit because of the left-handedness, but we're looking at July 11th, 25. All right, so I am going to do our pay 1 and our pay 2, and this is what we're going to budget income-wise. So our pay 1 came in at $3,012, and our pay 2 came in at, $2,012 and $30.27. Okay, so $3,027 for pay 1 and $2,012 for pay 2 gives us $5,039 that we are going to go ahead and budget out together. So next thing, now that we know our income, we are going to start with our fixed expenses. So we're going to go ahead and budget out all those highlighted things that are non-negotiables, got to get paid, right, you guys? So we're going to set aside half of our mortgage for August. So that'll be $711, and that's $1143. Next up, we are going to pay our home water bill, and that's on the 14th, and that came in at a whopping $179 this month. We've got a Kindle Unlimited subscription. I'm going to go ahead and put an A here. This just lets me know that that comes out of the account automatically, and I don't need to do anything with that. And that's $13. We have a bunch of debt snowballs here that we're going to take care of. So these are past debt accounts that we've paid off either last year or this year. We keep them in the budget and roll that money we were paying on this account into the new debt, and thus we build that debt snowball. And so we've got one of our cities, and that debt snowball is $100. We have our auto insurance coming out this pay period, and I am super happy to say this came down a big chunk, you guys. I was shocked because July was like the start of our new 6-month period. So $556 down from $615. Taking it all day, super excited. That's about $50, little over $50 back into my budget, you guys. That's awesome. Okay, we've got Apple Music subscription, and that's going to come out for $19. We've got, this is like heavy subscription pay period too. We've got one for the Xbox, and that's 22. We've got our Netflix for the 19th, and that's $20 these days. Okay, we've got another debt snowball here. And so this one is for 200. So that's super exciting. We're already at 300 in a debt snowball payment to that current account, which we are working on a credit card, and that's this one right here, and that minimum payment is also due. So we're gonna put another $80 as the minimum payment towards that debt. All right, we've got my car payment at $459. And we have one last debt snowball. Lots of debt snowballs here, you guys, and that one's for $150. So we're putting a big chunk towards our current debt. 100, 300, 450 plus 80, so $530 we're throwing at our debt snowball, including the minimum payment, you guys. I am stoked about that. All right, that is going to, oh, nope, I got one more thing. I've got one more Kindle Unlimited subscription, because everybody's got their own. I always check in with everybody. Are you still using yours? I use mine daily, but I have to question them. All right, you guys, that's all our fixed expenses. As you can see, we have quite a few, we have a lot of bills that we take care of, but several of these, again, are kind of old accounts that we're just working on that debt, you guys. So let's go ahead and add all this up. I am going to do a little shuffle because left-handed for me on the calculator is a lot better. All right, you guys, we're looking at $2,954 in total for our fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and drop this number down here. And then what we need to do is take that from our income of $5,039, giving us a leftover of $2,085. So then we're gonna bring down the $2,085 to our variable expenses, or what I call my cash envelopes. And let's go ahead and fill these out. These do not change for me very often, you guys. I stuff the same kind of categories over and over. So let me fill these out, and then we'll pop in the amounts we need to budget. If I can remember them all. I usually do pretty good, and then every now and again I'll leave one off. But I know I should always have one blank line, so I think I'm good. All right, groceries, you guys, we went ahead and increased that budget last pay period from $300 to $340. That worked out much better for us, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. We budget $200 bi-weekly for Costco, which gives me a $400 monthly Costco allotment, which we definitely utilize. We're gonna put $150 towards our car gas. I like to budget $40 for miscellaneous spending, those random things that come up from time to time. I'm gonna put $60 into health and beauty. We are gonna budget $100 for takeout. Realistically, I would love to have more in these two, and that might be something I need to contemplate down the line, but I think I can make it work another payday. We're gonna put $360 into spending, $50 into our pets category, and then we pay for drinking water. So we pay to get our 5-gallon jugs filled up, and that's $42 about every 2 to 3 weeks, depending, you know, it can vary. So $42 for that. This should be $13.42 in total. Let's add it all up and make sure. And it is. Okay, so 13, sorry guys, I moved this paper like nonstop. All right, $13.42. Okay, so we're gonna take $1,342 from our $2,085. That's gonna give us $743 left over after we cover all of our expenses, both fixed and variable. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop over to this side. We're gonna bring the $743 up to our sinking funds. Now, I don't budget outright for my sinking funds. Originally, when I first started this journey, you guys, I did not start savings challenges until I had my sinking funds in a good place where, there was money in there for me to pull. And when I first started savings challenges, I would only use whatever I had in rollover from my variable expenses. But now I've gotten, I've been doing this long enough that I've gotten my budget in a place where I have enough money in sinking funds that I can now take that money, have a little bit enjoyment of savings by using savings challenges, and then stuffing those into either debt or sinking funds or other savings goals that we might have. So let's go ahead and look at what those savings goals are. We are saving for a month ahead always, and we are always trying to build on our emergency fund. Christmas is a huge sinking fund or annual expense for us, so we do put money right into Christmas. Got to get that taken care of. I'm going to put money into my savings challenge binder and then into the debt binder, you guys, okay? So we budget $33 per paycheck for our month ahead. We budget $64 per paycheck for our emergency fund. This is just what I've always done for my month ahead. Emergency fund, the $64 is what I need to save every paycheck to be able to save the goal of $1,600. We're gonna put $100 into Christmas. We're gonna put $225 into savings challenges, and these fund my sinking funds. So it's essentially like $225 eventually going towards sinking funds, right, you guys? And then we're popping $300 into the debt binder, which you would have already seen on Sunday because I'm a little out of order on my videos here. All right, let's go ahead and add up what we're putting into savings, essentially, this pay period. And that's gonna be $722. So let's put that down here. And then we're gonna take that from the $743. That's gonna give us $21 left over. I am just gonna go ahead and bring that down here to the extra savings. And that is going to just sit in my account and build up my checking buffer. So $21 just sitting in the account for those just in cases. And that brings us to a zero-based budget, which is where I always like to be. So it doesn't mean we have $0 left over. It's not like every dollar is spent. It just means every dollar has a job, right, you guys? All right, let's go ahead and pop in the budget here. And because I got behind on videos because we were out camping last week, I have already unstuffed. Normally I would unstuff my envelopes to pay back my credit card with you guys, but I've already taken care of that because I needed to get that done ASAP. And I have already restuffed with the new cash. So my wallet is already stuffed and we are ready to go. So that is my July 11th bi-weekly paycheck. I feel really good. We had a great amount of income come in. Our expenses were a little bit lower. We are putting a lot of money towards debt and savings, and debt is our number one focus right now. We've got big debt goals this year, so I'm hoping we can stay on track. And then, our debt will be down. If we can stay on track, we'll be down to just our vehicles as far as consumer debt and then our mortgage. And so I'm hoping if we really do well this year, next year we're still going to focus on debt because we got to pay off the vehicles, but we might free up a little bit more income for some more savings. So we'll see, you guys, one day at a time on this journey, right? All right, friends, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope you liked this one. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.